Yeah, I want to clear things out because there's people that they focus their life focusing on others. There's people, Facebook profilers, authorities, that they don't want you to be more than just some words in a profiling because they want to have you in that type of lifestyle because there's nothing more for a profiler to hack you, to invest in going back and forth with you, to carry on with gossip. Because if there is no gossip, then there's no job for them. So it's easy and lazy for a person to talk on my establishments, to talk on my systems, my service marks, and not value it for what it is because they lazy. They don't produce things that are going to help secure people mentally, physically, economically. They there to get people, to make sure that they don't get to that point. So when I come around and I create things, I don't put my time in thinking what people don't like, what people might do if I create something that they don't like. First of all, when I create something, it's always on a well-being and wellness of someone. It's always going to be in that sense. If I am I could go, you think that these are just the things that you're just seeing now. And if you think that a lot of these things that people see, they think, oh, it's a get rich fast type things. And then people don't want to believe in those things. Well, no, it's not thank you for the compliment because you're saying that is something that's trying to be worth something. But I'm not trying to be worth something because when I create these things, there's no money in my head being created or established to inspire or to move with what I'm creating. To begin with, I get the feeling from up above. And the creativeness comes with that essence, with that divinity. It's like somebody also, when they create, there's certain things that they do, certain places that they go, or certain things that have to happen for them to even get into a creative zone or creative place where they could make things happen. Like I know when these things come to me that they are ready for me to put that time in, whether it comes to me in 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or maybe a whole day of just venting through the energy and the information that's coming to me at the moment. Now, this is driven also from things that I've experienced and things that I'm connected with my indigenous, with my with the ancestors, with the way they show me how to live, how they showed us how Earth and the world works and comes together. When I get into these moments, they coming from a lot of wellness, a lot of people that put themselves out there to get it right, to be better. So I could go from different businesses, and while I'm working in the businesses, it's like there's people that complain, there's people that talk about issues, they talk about things, Although a lot of people, when they don't like something or when they feel like something could be better in the job, and they want to they don't voice themselves. And then there's other alternatives. And they feel they can't get past a manager. They feel that that's it. The manager's not always going to have the visions to make things better. And maybe it's not something that is part of the work environment or the work protocol or criteria of the work that is being taken care of. Maybe it's something that needs to be created and invented. And this is where systems and programs and different methods and formula comes about. So a lot of people they just in this box of their job, and whatever the job is, it is, I understand that. Although, like, I'm the person that where I know that I'm always outside the box, because when it comes to a business, yeah, you have a set thing of how your business is run. Although your business has to run from everything that's from the people that are coming out. And people that are coming out, they experience things from everywhere and anywhere. And to be really connected, you can't just be on something that because you created, you can't be diverse. You cannot not be diverse and not seeing the way of better in quality of your services and quality of your products and the way you run your business. It's not saying to get out of the way you work and the way it's run, although when it's created, there's different things about your business that you could always say, hey, I pieced this thing nice. Although I have grown and my thing has been diverse from the quality of service and the people that are coming in. So I need to upgrade my business, or I need to see there's different things that has happened, and I'm losing in a lot of. Then you got to look at where these losses are coming from. Why are these losses? Where are they created? And how can you prevent this so you could save money and have money to invest in bettering the service with the customer care? So I could just be having just an experience and never worked for the company, and then from what I'm already like gravitated through, and I'm already like, my spirit is always to be in the well-being and the fairness of any situation or any business or any service, to be in the wellness of it, to be in the right of it, everyone is satisfied. So I could work in a business and come up with services that they never seen, but that could have a good impact with the people and with the with the profits. So, or I could just have an experience, whether I like the experience or I didn't like the experience. Liking it, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna just, I'm just gonna, if everything is okay. Sometimes if I like it, I'm like, man, this would be nice even more if this was, in place. And I see, well, they don't have this, and I could create this for the business to be well off and well connected with the people that can associate with what I could piece together to make the product better or the service better. And then it goes with something that I didn't like. I might not even want to create something because I feel like it's just not well put together, and I have to maybe go in. It's like maybe like one of those people that go into your businesses and they find losses, they find you know, they find better ways to reinvent or recreate your business, or input things that services and things that are going to help the business and in the liking of both the business holder and its customers. So it's really just analyzing what you have and analyzing what the world is and how what's been happening with the either your products or your customers coming together. With all of that, there's so much that you could just piece together to make the service and the product better for your business to run. And I'm well in tune with that since I was a teenager. Like I will always wanted to see what was really good with anything that you present to me, or anything that I see out there, advertised and such and such. So the things that are coming to me, these lazy Facebook profilers, the Scantron, they wish that it wasn't like that. They wish that it could just be a gossip thing, just like they could just pick people up like they do to participate every day, all day, and they're not about anything. They don't have no value. They don't have no frequencies to even work through a process, not even to vent through anything, because it wouldn't even matter if they with it or not, because the support is not there. The whole thing is, I should just be words on a Facebook page. I should just be something that they could just easily manipulate. Now, when I become a certain figure that actually make changes, and these changes are not small, so people get paid well off. They become board members. They become part of the business that get paid really well. And then what happens with that is that once I get that, then I'm well off to get the security to knock off all these things that are happening out of the internet or out here in the present on a face-to-face that happens every day. So once I have that, then that's something that Scantron cannot bear, because their thing is to have me there around the people that they want me, and it's usually more played out because people that have that financial freedom, they don't want to be around unless they away and they could just do things from a distance, and they're not caught in a place where where they can't progress, or the people are they like taking advantage of taxpayers' money with Scantron, with authorities that they easily and faster get used, because they would like to benefit off of what the Scantron will offer with the use of taxpayers' money and whatever personal gains they get, whether it's the attention, there's just like you will get views in the internet, and the way it plays out with how people look at you outside. And it's a win for the Scantron to get that attention, because then it's about what the people say and what the people want to create of me, and what they want to have for their own personal gains of me. And I have nothing to do with no Scantron, nothing to do with anybody. I have no connections with any, never, ever, for all these years. So it would be fast and easy for, as soon as something that I present, something that I do, to be put down and not looked at for what it really is. So everybody can have their way with these low income, lazy people that wouldn't even think to sit down to make something better. They'd rather have some gossip and have something that's lazy and easy, something that has to be affiliated with we're taking advantage of people. So I don't I just I don't have the place for anyone abuse. I'm gonna tell you right now, because I got so many. If you think that this is it, there's so many things I could put in perspective right now. Programs and systems, service marks, trademarks, that it will leave you like, damn. Like, what do I do? Like, do I get into the person's like whole no, I don't when it comes to a business, if I'm talking about, like, I had to grow up where I had to figure it out. I had to do the footwork when I was a teen. This is before the internet was really out there and you just did everything on the internet and found out about the business. Like, I had to go by one each business to find out who and what they are and what they about. And I had to leave school because, I came up, I grew up with there was an incident in the family, and the household got. I needed to make something out of myself because there was an accident where someone, the parent was paralyzed for life, and financial issues, and a lot of other issues. So I had to leave school to do like alternative schools and be out in the work field to help my situation. Now, right away, the first thing I did once I left school to do this, look at the even if I didn't get the certificate for that in particular, or I will always have to know what is going to be good for me and in the future. So by the time I was like 18 years old, I was already enrolled in web page designer classes to get certified to learn that. I was doing that, plus I was working out in different companies, just trying to get a paycheck. So there was nobody in front of me to show me what business is, how to get a job, how to talk, how to do anything. There was never a person to show me. I had people in the family that kept doing what they do with their business and how they do, but it was never really someone to show me and to guide me through that. So I took that time, since I was a young teenager, in a critical time where, nobody was going to show it for me, and I had to go out there and teach myself. And boy, did I teach myself that before I could, in my 19, before I could even know what positions they have, I'm given manager position for customer service manager. And that's just working for 2 weeks. That's not knowing no plugins. That's not knowing people to connect me in the biggest wholesale store in the world. And then the test is the test that they give you to see where you stand. Being that I was the manager, they gave me the insights of what these tests do. And these tests are created by Harvard, by high psychology and business people that I really it's like I cracked the code and fell into a manager position because of it. And I memorized what I did. And this is not with no skills or nothing. So I can't automatically show people how to be a customer service manager expert. And with taking these tests, they could always come out with scores that any of these tests because I already tested all of them. There's no test in the field that I already have not tested that I won't come out to be a manager or customer service manager in. I could reach that every time with no issues because I practiced that. I tested that. So I could teach that to people so that when they come straight out of high school, your kids and they could have a career mode, a career job, pays them salary, they could pay for a house. That's what I was doing at 19. So if you imagine my self-education comes without any teachings. So when I am programming and systeming through business and systems, there's nothing that I miss because everything that I got has everything for what the structure of business is now. And because I'm a creator and I'm an innovator, I'm an entrepreneur moving this way with satisfactory, like to satisfy the needs, like really, really to the details. Like for me to create things, it might not take me but a few minutes. And you might look at it like it's so complicated. I must have had taken years. And there's people that take years and still don't get it. And then their business go down and still don't get it when it's down. And when people are doing the right things, they wouldn't even be acquaintance with it. It's like they probably took business models from other people to build a company where the world changes every day, and they get caught up with not being able to move around that, and they quickly off out of business, off with the not connecting with the customers because of it. So I don't have not one thing of me when you see any of my services, any type of business, anything that I create, nothing comes from let me get rich fast. Although it might be created, and because it's people that create things, invent things, and have programs, that's what their job is. And guess what? These people, they get rich. And they get rich fast. Because there's a need for the programs, the systems. There's a need for the product or the service that they're giving. That's why. I'm not saying there is no schemes and people don't get caught up in it, but my energy does not have any, not one bone of a schema. Everything that I do, matter of fact, I look through it, and I don't even have to really look through it because when you're a schemer, you think scheme things. You're out of the nature of the business, so you have to back up everything that you're scheming, like. And when people catch you, you gotta back that up and back that up. The only thing I have to back up if it's something I have to improve and keep going forward to legitimately get you going with the service and get you still with the product of the service, because you gotta like it. You gotta it gotta be good for you, and it gotta be right for me to give you that service and that product 100% to satisfaction. So there's a lot to work with anyways. For me to be a schemer, I have to do better and then lie about better and trying to fix the lies to look better. That's a lot of work. If God gives me these things in an instant, to then put my work in it, that's the work right there, and my work to create things that people won't do it, and a lot of people wait until somebody else do it. Then that's a place for me in life. That's a place for me to make wellness and make services so I could make something for myself, my family, my son, you know? I don't look at people's business to start looking at what I could do better at it at all. Like if I'm not like really invested in something, I'm not invested in something. I'm not gonna be invested in something because I'm a lazy authority that could press buttons and be around people and act like I'm connected to people because I could be fooling people and getting people. Like, you don't got people. I could see that. I could feel I could see the frequencies. I could feel everybody. And yes, it's a joke being around here. But I see it all ashes to ashes, dust to dust. There's nothing that's gonna change that. And the people that are gonna be before I go to another country, because I could run this in another country. I already have said that already. I could run my services anywhere. Anywhere I like to live and feel safe and secure for me and my son, that's where it's gonna be. And the people that I will still guide the people that are gonna be right for each other, the ones that stay. I could guide, I could service, I could do all of the above without any scantron, without being associated of coming back anywhere that I don't need to be. So we could all be at our own happy place in life, and that's just it. I don't have to be in a place where I don't feel the connection, and I'm not gonna feel it because I already know if I could get all these things that God giving, the divinity and the gifts that I get to create and to be an artist, to be connected. God has given me all these things to be where I need to be. He gives me these feelings, he shows me, he guides me. And that's where I always take it. I don't go where you think, because let's say one business, one person wants me to stay in a place, like, hey, I'll give you this much, stay here. That's not gonna happen. And this is why I said, like, I'm not gonna waste my time suing. There's people that would love me to just stay around to sue, and there's no Scantron money is no money, has no value. It has no value, no purpose for me to even stick around. Like, there's no justice in that. So I dedicate my energy, my frequencies to moving right with myself, knowing what's better, to go where it's better, because I have essence that's shown me, that's guided me through it all. So yeah, I wouldn't waste my time with anything, not here. Because there's countries that are waiting for me that they could show me more value. They could show me more than Scantron in court, not letting me live my life, holding me against my own will, my life being taken for granted, enslaved, threatened, tortured, harassed, kidnapping my son. Like, I've contacted the UN and people have hired for a reason. For the same reasons that I'm still 2 years after the next court to the next one. Like, and I think that this whole time they was just waiting for me to say something because their attention is the focus on social media. Like, yo, like whatever image, whatever narrative you want, like I said, I could be out and you could continue entertaining your scantrum to the people that live by that are gonna be taken by that. And you guess what? Their own, you feel like I'm not even gonna mention people's names and nothing like that. Like I said, I will leave a directory with people's reviews and how the service is, because I come from that. I come from, you do a service, it don't matter who you are. You have a service, you're a public person that serves people for righteous reasons, and you doing it, and you doing the opposite. You're being praised to be doing the opposite. You're being praised to be doing scantrum. Well, guess what? In reality, when you don't do the right thing in business, people get to leave a review. People get to complain. Well, me, I'm just going to leave a review since you've been praised and you've been okay. These reviews are not to be praised you. These reviews are not to encourage you to do the wrong things again or to do it to the next person. These reviews are going to be exactly what happened and the experience, and so people can know the type of service and the type of people that are working around services. And they try to put, well, Scantron got me in the authority. It all goes to authority. Authority is not being accountable, and then you're not being accountable. So it's just the person's being suffering from a mentally, physically, economically, just holds it and never gets justice. That's fine for you, because nobody's going back and forth. Nobody needs to put their time in the courts because you want to control everything. Nobody needs you. And there's countries they know that I don't need you. There's countries that are waiting for me to step in there so we could take the right measures with each other. I don't have no business waiting for anybody here or doing anything with anybody here. It's my son, and I've been securing him, protecting him. The more I secure and protect him, the more they're trying to show me that I can't. And if I do, they'll take more away from me, and it'll take longer and all this from the inside, from the caseworkers and the people around to the judges and to the whole system with the authorities and everything. So I'm just going to be glad that when I get my son, that whenever I need, I make the call so I could get the funds I need to, and to get to the next court to clear him out, to leave with my son. And that's it. I didn't even want to be shouldn't even be in the court with somebody else's issues. If the significant other bring that into that courthouse, and I'm fine, I was supposed to be fine. I'm finalized with everything. Supposed to just have my son. I didn't even want to know why. If my son is okay from the situation, like, watch the video. I don't even want to. I didn't even want to be in the same court thing with anybody. With Chu that wanted me to, with this lawyer thing going on, and I don't want to hear. There's nothing for me to know or nothing about somebody else. I want to know about my son. Somebody else and what you got an agenda. Yeah, I know that's more important, because without the story, without a narrative, without the pain and the suffering, it's not real, and people don't pay attention. So you need to have that. And guess what? You don't have people. You don't have me. My son, my son is not playing. I'm not playing, and my son is not acting. So there's nothing there for you to look for, and there's nothing for me to even be around. Like I said, there's people that don't play that. There's people that know better, and they're gonna guide like I know better. We're gonna guide each other through life. I don't need no scantrum. I don't need no people in in position in America that's supposed to be authorities and guiding and supporting people, and they doing the opposite. And then when you're trying to tell them, you're trying to go to the higher people, they want to just keep you in with the same people that are doing the same thing over, because they've done it for so many years. They feel like this has really come to like a good advantage for the people that show that they could hold people against their own will. They like being taken for granted, enslaved, threatened, tortured, harassed, and be praised for it. And no justice comes for it. And then if you do something, oh, you're the one, they want to play the victim like they're the victim. If you protect yourself from it, good for you. Good for you, but not good. Not good. It's good for you. Like I could keep it moving. Because what you need to answer to, and who you're gonna answer to, the day that comes back to you, because treating people the way you treat people is not always gonna be a good thing. It's a good thing when you have a bunch of people and everybody working and being a witness for you to be holding me against my own will, and people will vouch for you and act like it's something else. And then there's going to be that the same people you doing it to, they're going to happen to you, and you're not going to want that to happen. And you're going to want to do something about it. And then you're going to end up, looking at the same treatment that you was giving me. But you can't wonder. You ask for it. This is the type of stuff you do all day, every day. You lazy. You steal, fraud taxpayers' money from the all that, and the breach of security, and all this thing that you're doing. People take their oath, and they over here acting like they securing people with their security, when it's the opposite. They create the issue so they could keep using taxpayers' money, and they have the public, the lazy public that would be in low income anyways, and they try to keep you around people like this, because people will gain from the authorities using them with the taxpayers' money, whatever gains they'll get from it. Because if they don't have that, then they don't have anything to go about. There wouldn't be no reasons to have more and more people around to take advantage of others.